If you're a producer and you haven't started selling your beats yet, you can see everywhere on the internet some big successful producers talking about this new great plugin, this new great tool, this new great drum kit that you just need to start selling your beats and to go full time. Most of those producers will tell you that you need to achieve some magic industry standard sound. Only with their special drum kit, only with their special plugin, and there is no other way around it. And you, after seeing all this stuff, start to think that the biggest advantage of other producers are better plugins, better drum kits and better tools, when the truth is it all does not matter and you've been lied to. I'm Ordarski and I will help you make your first K selling beats. At first, plugins are okay. There is nothing wrong with having some fancy plugin, with having some fancy drum kit, with having some fancy gear. I don't even need this keyboard, okay? I could use smaller one. You should, I don't know if you can see that, but I don't need this big. I don't need this keyboard, okay? I could use a smaller one, but that's just sometimes nice to use them, and there is nothing wrong with that. I don't blame you for just purchasing this plugin. This one plugin that looks nice, because there is nothing wrong with it. But the problem is, most of you think that you are just one plugin away from success. You are one drum kit away from success. And the truth is that plugins, drum kits, fancy gear, fancy loops, fancy services, fancy tools will not help you. All this stuff is unnecessary to achieve success. It will not improve your production by 1%. It could improve your beats by a little, but it will not improve your sales, your business by even 1%. If you still think that I'm wrong, I will just prove to you that I'm right with my approach for plugins, drum kits and all that stuff. It is one simple thinking experiment. Like, who will win? I can literally just write this down. Metro Boomin, okay, Metro plus FL stock plugins, okay, or some retard with no experience. So I mean, like, literally you take some random guy from the street and you give him the most fancy plugin. So nobody plus fancy shit. And like, is it even the question? Is it even the fucking question? Who's more likely to go to the billboard with this beat? Who's more likely to make more money from this beat? Who's more likely to get more views with this beat? Who's more likely to just create better beat? Not even mentioning selling. Who's more likely to create better beat? We all know the answer, Metro Boomin. And in this case, you are just, worst producer will have no advantage over you by getting more plugins. Because all those guys try to sell this idea that everybody has this new plugin, has this new tool, and you're lacking. And all people get advantage and you don't. But the real truth is, when you start thinking about it, if you have some retards with no real skills of producing, they can buy million of plugins, million of tools, million of drum kits, and their beats will still suck. You will still be better, man. You will be better with stock plugins than all those retards with a lot of fancy shit, okay? So I hope that this is like enough to just make you believe in what I said here So I hope that after hearing this, after thinking about this, you now understand that buying new plugin will not make you blow up. You obviously don't need to be Metro Boomin to make it work like that, okay? Because let me tell you something. I've never bought any plugin for like producing, because I've bought a plugin for mixing once, 2 plugins actually, but that's all. I've never bought any drum kit, any AI tool, any like some weird service for samples, anything like that. And I also haven't cracked them. I just don't use them. I've never used any new fancy drum kit, never used any new fancy plugin. I made thousands of dollars. I blew up my YouTube channel. I work with real fucking rappers, okay, and make really dope music with my beats. I've never used any of that, okay? No Serum, no Nexus, no Omnisphere, no of some industry standard drum kit. No, none of that, man. And I'm not fucking Metro Boomin. You just need to be a decent producer, and you don't need any of that. You don't need new crazy plugin for subscription of $10 per month. So now you probably get confused, because if you had this idea in your mind that you just like plugins and you like gear and you like maybe some, I don't know, music theory knowledge, now you start thinking, okay, so what it takes to start selling my beats? What it takes to really become the real producer going full time? You need to understand how to sell your beats. And now, there are people watching this that are producing for 2 weeks, for like 1 month. Okay, so now if you produce for 1 month, if you're not some really, I don't know, if you're not this one case in a million, you need to grind more, you need to make better beats. But I know that most of you guys, because most of guys watching me are experienced producers, you like produce for half of the year, for a year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe 4 years, or even more. If you produce for a few years at this point, you are ready, man. I don't even care about your type of sound, about like your mixing skills. No, I think that if you really produce for 4 years, I mean you produce for every week in like last few years, you are ready, man. Okay, you already could start making money. And now it's not about improving your sound, it's not about making better mixing or or using more fancy plugin. This is only literally about selling your stuff, about marketing and selling your stuff. If you produce for a few years at this point, I strongly believe that in like 1 year you could land a placement with Drake. In 1 year you could hit like $100,000 selling beats. I literally believe if you commit to the grind, if you already produce for a few years, which means you're a good producer at this point, you could make like a lot of money, you could go on Billboard, okay? But now it's not about making better beats, it's about selling your beats in a more efficient way. So if you tried a lot of methods for selling your beats and nothing seems to work, you can try my method. I call it Just Build Your Contacts method. And this is like 5-step program, 5-step protocol for making money from your beats. I probably explain it in the other video. I will give you a link in the description, but generally the whole idea is you build a base, then you attract customers, then you move them to your Instagram DMs or to your WhatsApp, then you make them love your beats, and then you make them buy. Okay, so this is not any viral type beat approach, this is not cold outreach approach, not like email packs approach. This is something completely new. So just go watch my other video about it to just know more. And you can also DM me on Instagram. I will explain you actually how my method looks in more autistic detail. So just go to my Instagram, link also in the description, follow me and send me a DM, a 5-step, and I will explain you everything in the DM, okay? And in the description, I will give you a link to the video that is only about my method when I'm focused 100% and only on this method, on selling your beats in a better, new way. So just go watch this video, go ask me something on Instagram, subscribe me here on YouTube, and that's all for today. Bye.